I just finished listening to The Ring of Fire. The title of this one is American Public Doesn't Seem to Care About Being Poisoned. And they're right. I mean, for the most part, there's always nuance. So look, simply putting it, people don't want to be poisoned, but people are under the belief system that if you're being poisoned, you should be able to see it. The water color would be different, so you would know to not be a part of that. Brown water, discolored water, then they, as a kid, I grew up and my grandmother's water smelled like rotten eggs. They would say it's the chlorine or it's something in there. Me, I, as crazy as it is, I'm a kid. I haven't hit double digits, but I wouldn't drink the water, but I would drink the Kool-Aid and tea made from that water because it didn't smell the same. So it must not be the same. There's no connection. And a lot of people, adults, don't make those connections. They just don't. I mean, I know it's insulting, but it's not so much insulting if you can use it to learn. Adults and children aren't that different. The only difference is adults have more responsibilities tacked onto them, and they have better clarity on how to get things achieved. That's really it. There's a lot more, but at the base core of it, that's really it. They said they can do a lot of videos on hating Trump. That'll get a whole lot, but then it's like, hey, this is poisoning you. This is killing you and your children. They're not going to care. It'll get just a few views here and there. Yes, people are defeated. Ring of Fire, Farron Cousins, Mike Papantonio, they've got to understand people had long sought solutions. They want solutions to things. Hey, you're being poisoned. These PFAS, these forever chemicals that are altering your brain, destroying your DNA, doing all of these things over periods of time, and then being passed down from you to your children, whether it's male to your children or female to the children or both to the children, is being passed down. It's in your DNA, and it's going to make you either dumber, weaker, more violent, or something like that. These things happen, causes cancers and other things. All right, but no one cares because it's not tangible. Also, you're not offering solutions. What do I do? How do I do it? Where do I start? I can't start my own water company. That probably wouldn't be allowed. No one can it's not like a whole community can get together, start their own water company, do it right, and then, hey, the government goes with you. No. We are obviously in a situation where we know corruption allows this stuff to go on. But then again, we're taught to be corrupt from the ground up. So how do you get people to go in there, do better, and not become corrupt? It's in the system. It's what we're living in. Give us something. People rather look at Trump and politics because that's in their face. It is tangible. You can hate Trump. You can hate the Republicans. You can hate the Democrats. You can hate Biden. You can hate Pelosi. You can hate anything and everything. And it's right there. You see who and what to hate. And you know your vote or screaming at the others is going to make some kind of change, I guess. I don't know why people believe that. People gotta people. That's just it. You don't get things until you can find a master way to manipulate them into believing your side. And that's what the problem is. Republicans and Democrats, the people are scared. They're not going to vote for a third party because they're afraid of taking their hands off that button, supporting their party. If I don't support my party, then the enemy party is going to win. And and both sides are like that. The problem is when you take even with your hands on the button, the other side seems to win anyway. No one thinks about that. No one looks at the history of what's the win-loss ratios. Take your hand off the button, put it on another button, just rip that Band-Aid off, say we're going to go here instead, put them into a legitimate situation, and then the next cycle, you know what happens? They're on the stage. You can vote for them. And now you got new ideas. It really only takes, honestly, 2 years. But if you do it like ripping the Band-Aid off, you got 4 years. It is legitimately that simple. The Republicans are going to be in charge one way or the other. And you're going to spend 4 years of your life to 8 years of your life trying to get your side back in. That gets nothing done. Not necessarily, not what you need, not what we need, not what the country needs, not what your children needs. That prosperous future is gone because they have no need to change their ways because you're not going to change your vote. It's that simple. So while all of these people are angry and mad and not caring because they win with their vote, but they aren't trying to win the not being poisoned game. No one cares about that. They just want to make sure they get their victory and stick it to the other side. They have no problem with being poisoned. That's just the truth. If they did, they really looking at things and make some adequate, honest changes. So, Farron Cousins, Mike Papantonio, if you really want your stuff to get viewed, you're going to have to be as messed up as the other side and manipulate these people in a really messed up way to get them believing your side. And then you might have a shot at some modicum of change. But you got to start it because they're listening to you. They are. The views you got, they're listening. You just got to let them know what's going on, why it's going on, and how to start the change. Something tangible, something simple that everyone can do and participate in, and then that's it. You can't ask the water treatment systems or the government to change it. It's got to be something else because you shouldn't have to ask people to do decent things. You really shouldn't.